In this episode, I will tell you a story about a half Filipino, half Australian man who visited the Philippines and shares his honest experiences of how miserable he was. Click the subscribe button, the like button, so we can please the YouTube algorithm. The man tells me, "Hey man, I used to not like you, as I thought you were overgeneralizing. Also, I'm half Filipino from Australia, but now that I've been here for the first time for only a week, I see exactly why you have this channel up. Bro, even though I am half Filipino, oh my god, man, it's bad here. Holy shit. I just want to leave and go to Thailand or back to Australia every day. I'm so angry here, just walking around. People judge you and overtly stare at you if you're too nice, which I am. They walk over you. If I look pissed off, that's the only way I get respect here. Please tell me you've experienced this too here in Manila. Not all, obviously, but many of them are rude. The customer service is terrible. They often don't say hi or thank you. It's insane. Man, my god. Thanks for sharing the truth, man. There are some really truly good people here, but the bad overpower the good. Even my neighbor at my condo literally gave me an overtly bad look for no reason. We have never met or made eye contact before. I was also wearing my face masks, so I know I never gave him a bad look. The coffees are bad. 80% of the time when you order on Grab, they don't give you sugar sachet or creamers, and there's no option to add it in there in the app. The massages are terrible. They don't put effort in. Every now and then you'll get a good hard worker to massage you, but it's rare. Bro, can you tell me why you think they are so unfriendly? Do they think it's because of the poor education, hence why everyone, not all but many, are like high schoolers and judge you and are unfriendly, or do you think it's because they are paid so badly, so that's why they're angry and unfriendly? I never knew it was like this, man. Ugh. I just want to leave. I cannot believe I am this pissed off about a place. People are so afraid to speak up and tell the truth. I don't care. I will overtly tell my own mom, who is full Filipino, how terrible it is. I don't care if she's offended. I feel like it's hard to talk to other people about how bad about a country is because it's like using the N-word with black person, even if it's a joke or telling a story. It's just something you shouldn't use. Thank you for being brave enough to tell the truth. That message received 15 likes in less than one day, and I want to thank him for being brave enough to share his story even though he's half Filipino, that he doesn't have any of that Filipino pride. Also, there are many positive responses to what he said and other people sharing their story. World Focus said, "It must have been painful for you to live your life normally in the Philippines, especially considering the fact that you grew up in Australia. You mentioned something about being friendly to them. Trust me, I lived in the Philippines for 12 years. I know. Once you treat them friendly, they will assume that you are either weak or stupid and believe this stems from inferiority, insecurity, since they feel insecure and inferior about themselves, especially inferior to foreigners. They subconsciously project a sense of superiority onto foreigners. That's why they are extremely rude. Furthermore, Filipinos have been abused for so long that government has neglected them. They grew up in the sick society, that's why it's difficult to deal with them, the same way you deal with Australians or Malaysians," he says. Since you are new to the Philippines, I highly suggest that you listen to The Philippines Truth and The Philippines Facts and keep the following in mind. Number 1, never treat them as friendly manner. Act tough. If you act friendly, expect them to scam you in some way. For example, overcharge you or mess with you with your food and things like that. If you want things to be done the right way, you need to act tough. Their expectations of foreigners is that they are superior than Filipinos. Then you come along and behave in a friendly manner to them. You don't meet that expectations. They assume that something must be wrong with you. It's either you are naive. I hope that makes sense. Number two, don't greet them. It will only reinforce the bias, misconception they have about foreigners. Stupid, weak, easily fooled, or whatever. It would just make it easy for them to take advantage of you, but once they notice that you are tough, they back down and hesitate to take advantage of you. And by taking advantage, I mean overcharging you, making fun of you, messing with you, and messing with your order, etc. I live in the Philippines for 12 years. I tried everything with them, tried to treat them humanely, tried to be honest with them, friendly towards them, generous to them, acted tough. I finally reached a conclusion that the only way to survive in the Philippines as a foreigner is to act tough. Number three, don't argue with them. Instead, direct them to do whatever they ask them to do without saying much. Scare them without arguing with them. For example, security guards are the rudest people you will meet in the Philippines. They will try to act rude to you, put them in their place without arguing with them. I can go on and on about the Philippines, but keep in mind that is a jungle and everyone will take advantage of you. Assume all of them are scammers and don't let your guard down. A great response. I want to mention the original comment about Torres asking why are they so rude to you, and I'm glad that this person, World Focus, explained it very well. That is exactly what it is. They do have that exact same inferiority complex and superiority complex. They do not know why somebody, a foreigner, that in their mind subconsciously is better than them, is being polite to them. I used to say hello, good morning. I used to say thank you and hold doors. These days, I can't do any of those because I know they will just see me as a target or weak. This person said it very well, so I do appreciate them taking the time to say all of that, and I agree. Paul says, it's also been my experience once I left the tourist bubble where everyone caters to you. Once you rent a condo and start living like locals, you see a different side of the Philippines, and it's not pretty, terrible, and indifferent customer service, poverty, dirty pollution, garbage, and people who just don't care. Truly unbelievable. It's actually a beautiful place, but the people don't respect it and don't care, unfortunately. I've met some nice people there, but I met some awful ones too. There are lots of better countries to spend your time and money. Very, very factual. Paul is right. The problem with the Philippines is, like many other poor countries, the government takes advantage, they are corrupt, they suppress the people on all levels, education, healthcare, transportation, and they make it very difficult for Filipinos to succeed. I do feel for them, but when you have decades and centuries of oppression, it's very difficult to break through, and that's why they settle for everything. That's why they settle for low standards when it comes to safety, healthcare, food, customer service. They simply don't care because deep down they have no hope. There's no one strong individual or group of people to stand up to these extremist governments, but they are easily offended because they know. Why do you think they always get offended when you compare their country to others like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore? Because they know they can't win. Let's read the final response from the original poster. He says, thanks man, I'm honestly just speaking from emotion. I'm still so angry about being scammed. The treatment from the massage ladies, the customer service, waiting in long lines, a lot of things don't make sense here. Even the packaging pisses me off. They don't even tell you how much is inside, for example, for some products. I know it is stupid, small things to be angry about, but there's heaps of small things like this in a country that pisses me off. They'll have like 2 cashiers on in some sections of a grocery store with like 30 people online, and they've got like an insane amount of security guards on the floor, staff, but only a few cashiers. What the fuck? It took me about 20 minutes standing in line to pay for something, maybe more, I don't know. The food always 50-50. Whether or not it'll be good. It's so noisy in the city. Roosters screaming every 1 or 2 minutes. The traffic is worse than Thailand. They don't give way. At least in Thailand, I have experienced a handful of drivers who give way to pedestrians. You have to step in front of the car and risk your life to get them to give way. There's chicken bones on the ground, poo, abandoned buildings, dangling electrical wires at eye level, starving cats everywhere. There's so much more. Man, even the shower taps piss me off. Why not have normal ones? Also, if you buy something like a laptop, expensive speakers at a big mall, they have to do all this paperwork and test it out and stuff. It's weird, man. You can't just grab it, pay, wave, and go. I know, I'm being a bit of a baby princess. It's just, I've never experienced this before. I'm from a small city in Australia, so I'm just shocked and still emotionally angry about how this trip has turned out. I've never been to New York or LA. Some people say the same thing about that place. I'm not exactly sure. Apparently, it's normal for big cities. I just did not expect Manila to be like New York or LA. After hearing all these vloggers say how friendly everyone is, I always research things, places before I buy it or go there, so it was a huge shock for me to find out it's the complete opposite of how I thought it was going to be before my visit there. Here, I was literally daydreaming about living like a king here, getting a nice Filipino wife, cheap quality massages every day, etc. But groceries are expensive here, more than Australia. Go to the hypermarket or Save More and look at the prices of chips, strawberries, meat, etc. It's more expensive than Australia. It's crazy. This man goes on, but I have to agree with every single thing he says, and I think that right there is the problem. When you watch YouTube, if you've never been to this country, no matter how hard you try, you have slight expectations, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You assume one thing might go wrong, but you're mentally prepared. The issue is there are hundreds of small things that go wrong in the Philippines on a daily basis. Eventually, it drains your energy, it drains your soul. Everything is wrong here. It's backwards. They take your money from the start, they break your heart, and also, everybody is just okay with it. You know deep down that they're just laughing at you behind your back. And do you know why they resent you? Because they know you are a foreigner. They know that you have a better life and that you have options and that you have greener pastures, something that most Filipinos can never get. And that's why they resent you. I hate to say it that way. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad to hear someone with a brain in the Pinoy land. Leave your thoughts of this story. What do you think? Do you think he's being a big baby? Have you experienced any of these in the Philippines? Have you been to the Philippines? Are these stories helping you in any way, shape, or form? I am making these videos to prepare you, to let you know it's not always positive in the Philippines, to be prepared mentally and financially because sometimes it can be devastating. Let's take a look at yesterday's best and worst comments. Yesterday's best comment is, if a woman anywhere in the world doesn't show genuine, burning desire for you within the first few dates, do yourself a favor and move on. Perfectly said. I don't understand when or how people tolerate women that are not interested in them. Where are your balls? Where is your spine? Grow some self-pride and move on. That's it. Be sure of yourself. Find someone that will treat you better than some girls just asking for money. Things like this don't take or happen in 1 or 2 weeks. People that don't have passion but love each other spend months or years together, and that's the true love. But trust me, you will not find that in the Philippines on your trip or vacation. Another top comment is from Patrick. He says, amazing food? What is he on? Crack? Yes, he is referring to our previous story where the man said he wants to come to the Philippines for the amazing food. I think from all the things you should not come to the Philippines for, food is number one, even above the scamming women. Because at least scamming women, you have options not to talk to them, but with food, you are at their mercy. At least if you want local food, or at least food that is not going to cost you hundreds or tens of dollars, I should say. For that reason, you should just stay in your country. Why come all the way here to get ripped off with poor quality ingredients? There does not seem to be any bad comment from yesterday. Seems like most people agree with everything in that video, mostly with how the food is not good and there are no martial arts in the Philippines. Remember to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, share this video, turn on bell notification, and comment below so we can please YouTube and continue to spread the truth about the Philippines. If you want to send your stories, have me read them and talk about them, send them to thephilippinestruth@gmail.com and I will read them. Thanks for watching. God bless.